So, the list stuff you wanted to interview me on, general state of the asylum. Okay, I can do that. Next time, just send me the list ahead of time. I'm not very good under pressure. Just fine. Why do you guys want to know about finances? Final thing. Of course. What did I tell the last guys that tried to slip one in on me? No, we can't say anything about the CCB Initiative. You want? I'll tell you what I told everyone else. The CCB Initiative was a program we started to see if we can boost patients' creativity, help them get back better. It failed. It almost cost me my job. Why do you think no one's telling you about it? Just get out. Just get out. No one else here is going to talk to you. Just.
The following video is the only remaining evidence of the CCB Initiative. The video, presumably created by patients themselves, may contain graphic content not suitable for children.
Acido.
And without the C, it's Fado. And then, who Fadoed in my room?
Legendary, you know, this is gonna be music history. This is gonna be the
So it was poetry slam night in Wisconsin, and me and Winston, we were in 3rd grade, and we went down to the bar, and we had a few drinks, and we came up on stage, and there's this dude just sitting on stage named Ezekiel,
And he was just sitting there on the stage doing nothing. Everyone was doing the poetry, and he was just sitting there. And we're like, "Hey, man, let's do some slam poetry." And we made some beautiful, beautiful words about life and death and Ezekiel. And he just had an aura that attracted us, an aura that just it satiated something inside of me. And finally, he stood up and he started slamming us, and that's how we knew he was the one. And that was the beginning of Colander Chair Brigade. After that, we got together one day. My friend Jake, I think he's probably in. We were still in 5th grade at the time, and we got together. And he played drums, as you could tell. I played the guitar, and Ezekiel played bass. We all shared vocal duties, and we wrote our first song called Wild Ride Dingo.
So, our second album, our self-titled album, Colander Chair Brigade, it's about music, and what music does to us as individuals.
I just think that album really spoke to a lot of people because it talked about life and the world at its smallest elements in a way that people could understand, and most importantly, it spoke of love. 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 Love.
Because of that album, we gained just tens and tens of fans. And I think that's when it started.
Our album, Collective Raindrops, Ocean, was a very ambitious project. It didn't use very much guitar. It actually used a lot more keyboard. So I wasn't. Oh, it was something new for me. All the songs were about the ocean and life, and it just really harkened back to a simpler time. We couldn't afford a drum kit for that one because of budget cuts. So I performed a lot of the drum parts that weren't paint can related.
We were on a boat when we wrote it, but I don't think that's going to be a very obvious message. And I think my favorite song was a very large kiddie pool, the ocean. And, you know, that song, just, the drum fills are fantastic. I mean, here's a little sampling.
If you look at life, life is like a waterfall. We're one in the river, and then we're one again after we fall. But as we're falling, we're all individual drops. We're experiencing everything candidly, and the album was just... I feel like that was my magnum opus. It was just so good.
I particularly liked Desert of Liquid Ocean. That song spoke to everyone out there about how life could be
Good. But there were lots of difficulties with it. Tensions began to rise in the band. Due to budget cuts, our drummer Jake kind of got shafted with his having to play paint cans. There was a lot of emotional and physical stress for him. So we had to actually enroll him in physical therapy. And this was when Ezekiel started to inflate a bit. We secretly, don't tell him, at the time we changed his name from Ezekiel to Ego Ezekiel on the credits for the album. That's how big his ego was. His ego was almost as big as the soaring choruses on our album. I remember there was one song called Giant Kiddie Pools Ocean, and it was actually about Ezekiel. He doesn't know about it. It's like, we sail through the ocean forever, but there's a man in the boat with us, and his ego's so big that we're gonna sink. It was a very subtle reference to how Ezekiel was trying to control the creative direction of the band. That was actually the only writing credit that me or Jake had on that album. This is what happened. We were on a European tour, and after the Belarus fiasco, we were driving and we ended up in Romania. It was in Romania that we found a book. A classic book you may have read as a child. It was The Berenstain Bears. Now, our good friend Ezekiel was a big fan of these books, but he made a mistake. He thought it was the Berenstain Bears with an E. He found a book in Denmark, and it had an A, Berenstain. He suffered a breakdown. Now, remember before, I mentioned I had a breakdown during the recording of the album, but I'm not an egotistical tool, so I kept it to myself. Ezekiel, however, made his breakdown everyone else's problem. He became a source of negativity within the band.
We're coming back! We're coming back! Reunion tour!
We got the whole world
in my butt. I got the whole world in her head. He's got the whole world in his head. He's got the whole world in my.
Wow! Did you hear that, guys? Colander Chair Brigade's back together and doing a brand new tour. Wow! You can see all your favorite hits from Colander Chair Brigade and Collective Raindrops (Ocean). See tour dates at colanderchairbrigade.com and see all the latest news at www.twitter.com/ColanderChairBrigade for all your latest news. All the events in this are not real. Please don't sue us.
I'm just so happy to be with you guys, honestly. You guys mean the world to
Me.